This is the UAE Design Edition. That's why on the mirror caps, you'll find the colors of the UAE flag, which is red, black, white, and green. But I'm really impressed on how well this handles speed bumps. It's very smooth. It is very comparable to I would say the Audi Q8. Meet the 2025 Changan Uni-K. Valued at 139,000 dirhams, we're going to be finding out if this Chinese car can compete with the likes of Mercedes, Audi, and BMW. The Uni-K makes a statement right away with its very sharp headlights, and the main thing that you see, of course, is the grille. It looks very mean, and it has a geometric pattern. With that, it has carbon fiber accents throughout the entire front, some right here and in the front lip of the car, which gives it that edgy, sporty look. And for some reason, it reminds me of a shark. Let me know if you see that. But anyways, let's move on to the sides. Here we have alloy wheels that are 21-inch rims. I think matte, no, not matte. Satin black, and red calibers. Some cars nowadays, they have it in like gray, something like that, but it just doesn't look good at all. These look nice, very simple, red, always a go-to. Then we go here, on the mirror caps, we have carbon fiber accents, still going with that sporty look. And if you could tell, the entire car has a unique kind of like coupe roofing, right? Which then you'll compete it with the likes of the X6 or the Q8 in sizing, because this comes in between. If we get closer, again, we have carbon fiber accents right here. This is probably a dummy vent for aerodynamics. Let's go to the back. The tail lights, it's a full-on bar, very nice. And as well that I realized in the front and in the back, it kind of has carbon fiber accents on the tail lights, but I'm assuming this is wrapped. This is definitely wrapped carbon fiber. But other than that, if you come closer here, we will actually see that this is the UAE Design Edition. That's why if you look closely on the mirror caps, you'll find the colors of the UAE flag, which is red, black, white, and green, which is very interesting. Other than that, it has 4 exhaust pipes. Again, it's always with that sporty coupe look. We also here have a rear wing and also carbon fiber, kind of makes it feel more sporty. All right, so we just finished with the exterior of the car. Now we're gonna hop in and see how the interior looks like. But beforehand, look at this feature. The door handle looks like it's a Range Rover door handle, and it feels like one too. And look at this. Closes on its own when I step back, because it detects that the key is in my pocket. But anyways, let's just step inside now. First things first, let's look at the door, right? You have a very unique diamond or triangular shaped pattern onto the leather of the door handle. Plus you have carbon fiber accents everywhere, and I would have never thought that this car has Sony speakers. It has 12 speakers in the car and they're all Sony. That's insane. Besides that, let's go and see how it looks from the dashboard and the passenger seat. Step inside and you already feel the luxury. You have premium materials everywhere. You have leather seats with the same pattern that you see on the door handles here. And then if we're talking about the driver focus, we have here a digital cockpit for the driver. We have an infotainment system, and we have another screen for the climate. So basically you have 3 screens in total. Over here in the gear shift, you actually, yet again, it is leather, and it has pressed against, I'm assuming, the name Uni, which feels very nice. Other than that, here, the entire central console here is all carbon fiber. With more of an edgy look, it's less circular and more cornered, specifically with the modes you could go on, which is in chrome, and the rest of the cup holders in that specific kind of shape onto it. If you open this up here, you have a charging pad, wireless charging pad for your phone. And then over here, you have a little knob that could actually take it from 2-wheel drive to auto to 4-wheel drive, which is amazing, right? Besides that, right under it, we also have some storage space for your bags, you know? So of course, the passenger will always be comfortable. Instead of having their bags in the front and taking space, you could always have it on the side. With that being said, from what I could see at least, it has a 12 max volt here. Right here, well, let's see the amount of space. It's pretty deep, it fits, let's say, half of my arm if my hand is fully flat on it. You have the entire dashboard in two-tone, black and red. Of course, the interior is two-toned. And then you still have the same UAE Design Edition logo on the dashboard. So you always know the type of car you're driving. The steering wheel gives me an Audi feel. The door handles are Range Rover. The premium kind of interior, yes, it does not look like the Mercedes, but it gives you a Mercedes feel as in terms of luxury, right? And then you also have here suede headliners, right? And also the roof is all suede material, feels very nice and satisfying. And a panoramic roof too, which extends all the way to the back. One cool thing I have found as well is that my seat, the driver's seat, it has speakers on both sides, but passenger seat does not have speakers on both sides. I guess it's more for the driver experience rather than for the passenger. But so forth, this is the front. Now let's hop into the back, and then after that, we'll talk about its unique features that it has for driving. Now let's jump straight into the back. And as you can see from the start, I have so much space. There's so much space between my knee and the front chair, and that front chair is still adjusted to how I was sitting earlier, meaning that I had so much space up in front and the person behind me would have this much space, which is more than enough, right? And other than that, I just want to say how great they've done on the interior. It looks very luxurious, very high quality, and just you have the stitching on the same in the front, same in the back for the two seats, except the central console. When you pull this down, you have the two cup holders. That's all you need. And also the carpet that's under here is also like I don't know how to call it, either suede, it's not suede, it's just a bit thicker. This would be suede, right? And it just makes it look like you're in a car that should be probably worth 500,000 dirhams. But instead you're in a car that's worth 139, 140,000, which is amazing. You know, that's more than, you just slashed it, not even in half, in 3/4. But other than that, it's amazing. You have also the AC units here. It does not have anything digital, so you cannot control it from the back. You could only control it from the front. Not the biggest issue, but whatever, we move. Honorable mention I would like to say is these seats, these front seats here, because they're sports seats, and it just makes this car feel like, you know, I don't know, like there's not much to say other than how unique, how sport-like and luxurious this car is. The combination that of all three, just all in this car is just wonderful. All right, so now we are in the car and we're ready to take this car on a test drive to find out how well it handles on the road and its unique features. But to start off, under the hood, this car has a 2-liter inline-4, which is turbocharged, and it's pushing around 233 horsepower. More than enough power for your car, right? Other than that, I did mention before how the steering wheel kind of reminds me of an Audi, and it really does. It gives me the Audi feel. So the power on that car is actually, it's very responsive. It's very quick and responsive, and it's using an 8-speed automatic transmission. This car has multiple unique features like all 2025 cars, which is adaptive cruise control, assisted lane assist. I think that's what they called it. Or if it's not assisted, well, it's just lane assist in general. And it really handles these turns and speed bumps quite well. In front of us in the digital cockpit in the cluster, we have actually 3 miniature screens basically, right? You have the middle one, which tells you your speed, the song, and the distance you're going to be covering. Then you have on the left where it will show you your PSI for your tire pressure. And then on the right, we actually also have, depending on what mode you're in, if we're currently on sport, so it shows us a graph in a way of, I'm assuming how much, we're consuming or so on. And also the kilometers that we have in the car, in the tank. One cool thing that I did realize as well is that if we press this button right here on the steering wheel, which is just the shape of a mirror, right? It's just the shape of the mirror right here. We press it, and then boom. Now we have right here on the right digital cockpit, whatever you want to call it, a viewing of behind us, of literally a camera, which is pretty cool if you ask me. It's very useful because this doesn't turn into a camera, but that will, and it's extremely high quality. You can literally film our videos from the camera here. Then you just have to press it, and then it goes back to whatever you were on previously. So other than that, we also have other, I feel like all of its features are already on the steering wheel, right? We have the lane assist here, which is the steering wheel with lines in between. We press that, and now enable IACC in control now. That's what it just gave me a message of. So I'm assuming now it's just gonna keep me in my lane. So we're gonna try that out after we, get past traffic. So if you're taking any of your left, right turns, what will display here on your main screen is actually the cameras. So you know that you're not gonna be hitting anything close to you. And it's convenient nowadays, for maybe the early drivers who recently just got their license. This will be very convenient for them. Currently, I would have to say, currently we are on 2-wheel drive. We're not on 4-wheel drive. So what happens if we put that on auto? Now it's on auto. So I'm assuming it will change depending on the drive and where we're heading. If we're going anywhere that's a bit more, needed to use 4-wheel drive, because currently it doesn't need it. Currently 2-wheel drive is more than enough. But I'm really impressed on how well this handles speed bumps. It's very smooth. It is very comparable to the I would say the Audi Q8. The Audi Q8, it handles speed bumps like it's nothing, like it's a piece of cake. And this car does the exact same thing. Like for the price that you're getting, it just makes sense because it's 140 and it drives like a BMW, feels like an Audi, and competes with Merc, in terms of luxury, features, and again how the drive is in general. Right now we're on a more bumpy road and you don't feel anything, nothing at all. You feel nothing, right? Very smooth. And I feel like nowadays people are still scared to go for a Chinese car. Even though I feel like in today's world we should be, because of how innovative and how smart they are in creating these cars. Like Changan is known to have extremely cheap cars. They have one car, I forgot the full name of it, but it's for like, 50,000 dirhams, which is nothing for a car, right? Which is brand new, 2024, 2025. This car is on a more expensive in terms of Changan and what they may produce, but it makes sense, from what you get from a 50,000 dirham car and a 140,000 dirham car is like, the difference is night and day, right? And you can see the carbon fiber here, the ambient lights everywhere, the controls here as well. So when we're trying to mess with the AC unit, it makes this noise, which is, it could be annoying to some people, but to me, I feel like it's fine. It just makes me feel like I'm actually pressing something rather than, it's responsive in the end of the day. So if you press this, you hear that it makes that noise, which is good. And I heard that it does have voice commands. Let's try out its voice command. Turn off AC. There you go. So it's pretty cool. So to deactivate voice control, you actually have to press the button again. Other than that, it will be listening to you the entire time. So you'll maybe get annoyed by it answering or just interrupting you mid-conversation. All right, guys, so this is going to be the end of the video. Hope you guys like, subscribe, and share. Make sure you comment down below what's your favorite feature about this car and what car you'd like to see next.